Okay, but today I'm not going to talk about speed reading. Okay, though it's not how you're going to make the text shorter. Okay, actually, one strategy that I've been using with my students forever is highlighting the text. Okay, guys, you'd be surprised at how effective this resource is. Okay. But again, guys, every tip I give you, okay, that you can practice at home, you can also use during the test. Okay, so that's another thing. I don't know if you know, but you can do the IELTS on the computer now. And then you say, Fabi, you're telling me to highlight things, but I'm going to do the test on the computer. How am I going to do that? Guess what? You can highlight it. It's fine. You can do it. Okay, basically. So if you're doing the IELTS test on the computer, okay, you can select the text, right click, and you give you some options. And one of the options is to highlight. Okay, so what I'm going to tell you today, guys, will help you with your practice. And then on the day of the exam, you can do the same thing again, right? Because that's why we practice. Okay, we practice so we can go ahead and we can perform well on the day of the test, and probably by doing what we have been doing. Okie dokie. So let's have a look. So highlighting. The first problem people have with highlighting, okay, guys, it's usually the fact that people say it wastes time. Okay. I completely disagree with that. Okay. Maybe the first time you try highlighting can be a bit of a problem, just because you don't know how to do it, so maybe it'll take you a bit longer. But if you start practicing, okay, you'll be fine, believe me. Okay, so some people think it might take longer just because you have to highlight, right? So you're reading and they say, oh, you have to skim, you have to read quickly, and then you have to highlight, okay? So I don't think that the actual highlighting will take a long time, honestly. Okay, but then what will save you time is when you go back to the text. Okay, but I'll talk about that later. First, let's talk about what do you have to highlight. Okay, because some people say, okay, Fabi, you're telling me to highlight, but come on, what do I highlight? Right? That's a big, big question that a lot of people ask me. So when it comes to the highlighting, okay, guys, you have to highlight the key things, okay? The keywords. But then when I say that to people, oh, you have to highlight the key ideas, the keywords. What people say is, how do I know what is the key thing? What is the keyword? I don't know. So I tend to say to my students, okay, I think you guys should be highlighting in the text, okay? What you should be highlighting in the text is whatever will help you remember the information in that specific paragraph. That's it. Okay, so when you're doing the IELTS reading, okay, and you start reading, you read the first paragraph, or as you read the first paragraph, okay, the best thing to do is to go ahead and highlight what you think is important. What you think, not what your friend thinks, what your teacher thinks. Now, you highlight what you think is important, okay? Because then when you highlight that, you will remember what information was in that paragraph. Okay, so that's the first thing you should do. So you go, you highlight, and then you start reading, and you keep reading, okay? Then when you go to the questions, right, you probably remember what you highlighted. And when you remember or highlight it, you know what the information is. So let's say that in the first part there was a question about, I don't know, butterflies. And there was one specific thing about butterflies that you thought was interesting. And then you go to the question and you see that, oh, butterflies and that thing. So you know where to go. Okay? So that's one thing that you have to keep in mind. Okay, so the first thing is, what do you highlight? You highlight what you think is important. You highlight what will help you remember what the information in that specific paragraph is. That's how you make your choices.